everybody and welcome. This is Mr. Bird from Conducting Music. I hope you enjoyed that little snippet. That track was from one of our students from a session that is the main topic of today and also of next week. We are effectively running after school clubs every day at 4 p.m. That is in London time. Mondays and Wednesdays you are joined by our colleague, producer, in-house producer, Singh or Chani if you wish, who is the master of Band Lab. Band Lab is an online software. We took a quick look at it yesterday. I'm going to give you another taster today. And obviously, if you're going to join those sessions, they're totally free. Tickets are on Eventbrite. Just look for Conducting Music and everything is there. In this video, in the comments below, I have really put both links to this first one, but also to the other after school club that runs on Tuesdays and Fridays called the Musical Video Games. You might have heard quite a lot about this. It's our major trend this year, but I'm still gonna give you a little taster just in case you have not seen. So once again, Mondays and Wednesdays for music production, 4 o'clock to Sing, and Tuesdays and Fridays for musical video games, still at 4 o'clock with Mr. White. Tickets are completely free, available on Eventbrite, and a huge thanks to CMS and Outcast for user funding with the tag one. So we're always online with in case you missed yesterday's episode, don't forget to go back and check it out because we had Laura Sampson and Shikakura with us Mamokuri. So Mamokuri, in case you're looking for fabulous, unforgettable, life-changing activities to do during the half term. Sorry about the siren, it's a London evening for you guys. The tickets are available down here. Mamokuri is a project that brings together storytelling, coding and music making. Laura is a professional storyteller. She will dig out and re-explain to you the Adachigahara story. It's an ancient Japanese spooky story of a priest and a witch and demons. It's really powerful. It's a really lovely story, and you'll have a chance to rebuild your own version of that story, make it your, own it, and change it however you like. Dr. Yoshikakuri instead will guide you through the music making part, soundtracks, effects, pre-made loops, everything you can think of that has to do with sounds. My job instead will be the creative coding. So we're gonna be using Microsoft Arcade and we'll bring through all of our knowledge, all of our creativity in one product. By the end of the week, you're gonna have a video game with a fabulous soundtrack, and we can put it all together in a little video. We'll also show you how to edit the video on the last day. It's pretty good. And everything that I've been discussing so far, from the after-school clubs and the Mamokuri, so the half-term clubs, they are all using free software. Absolutely 100% only free stuff. It only works on the browser and will show you everything from A to Z. So I hope you'll join us online. And whilst we'll wait for that to happen, let me give you a quick taste of what happens into Band. So, hey, there you go. First of all, we go to the website. It's bandlab.com. We create an account, and for those of you parents and teachers obviously worrying about online safety, well, here you've got a few different ways to help your students or children to get online safely. Well, you can use the Google account, which is already on your computer, your Facebook, obviously if you've got an Apple login, or you can use a mobile login, otherwise you can use an email address. Obviously, this one, Usagi by the way, is a Japanese word for bunny, at bunny.com is a fake email address. So we tend to use that for particular safeguarding because then there's no way of messaging the account or sending advertisement or anything like that. It's very important though, guys, don't forget, if you do use a fake email address, you're gonna have to remember it. And also remember the password. As you log in, and by the way, when you register the account, never use your real name nor the date of birth, nor the location. We always specify this all the time, but please remember. That's very important. I'm sure you've noticed that I'm inside this fabulous temple. All the graphics that we've got are designed by our masterful Dr. Yoshikakura. So if you like anything that you see on our screens, that's thanks to her. So big round of applause to Miss Yui. When you see the temple green, it's usually the easy explanation. Because in our courses, we've got students of different age groups. Therefore, different knowledge, different background knowledge, different skills, different experience, whether it's with music, with coding, with painting, with visual arts, with anything else. So it's really important to make sure that you know what to listen to, which instructions to follow. So the green one is the easy stuff. We can then move on to the I'm in yellow now, so that's when it's kind of a bit more than basic, right? There's a little bit of an extra taste to it. Perhaps these are halfway through the student's age, and maybe you want to explore a little bit further, or if you are super confident, that's when the red happens. You can see it around me. And this usually includes explanations that go beyond what we would expect your age group to have learned in school. So what do I mean by this? If some of you, for example, are having music classes, obviously your knowledge of music is going to be much more advanced because they don't. The same goes for those that joining the after-school coding clubs or perhaps some Saturday or Sunday schools. So that's very important to keep in mind. So if you see us in red and you don't understand what we're saying, it's absolutely fine because this will not affect your work. Pretty much ignore us. I mean, try to listen, maybe try to follow, but if you are among the youngest, don't worry too much. So for this, I'm gonna be green. Right, so let me show you how to make music with BandLab. We can click on Create first of all. And we're presented with this maybe very familiar, maybe spooky menu. In brief, these are the digital instruments, call it the piano, call it the guitar, bass and so forth. These are the drum machines where we can program drums, add our voice. When it comes to guitar and bass, it is if you are a guitar player or a bass player and you have the instrument, you can actually plug this into a sound card, so you're gonna need an external piece of hardware, and then pretty much use that as a microphone. However, when it comes to microphone, you don't need anything special because even if you don't have a microphone, I'm not sure if everybody realized that each tablet, each phone has got a microphone. They're not gonna be the best quality possible, but they will work as microphones. And I'm gonna show you a couple of tricks on how to do that. Well, I wanna start with making some beats today, okay? So beats come first. I'm gonna hit the drum machine. Let me show you what happens real quick. And I immediately have a sample here. Let's hear. Okay, that's not bad. I'm lowering the volume a bit. I hope it's quite good. Is it better now? Sorry, I've just seen the comment on YouTube. I'm now checking. All right, so let's see. Let's try a different backing track. Sorry, a different machine. So I'm just gonna try this Neptunian and I can try, let's see how it sounds. Not bad. Okay. So let's say that I want to create my own pattern. Right, not to worry. Just gonna jump onto C. See this? Actually, let's zoom in a little bit, guys. Okay, so we've got the drum machine at hand. So you see these letters from A to H. I've got 8 different patterns that I can select. Some are already made for me. So here's A. Here's B. A. B. C is empty. There's nothing, right? So let me just explore the sounds. Sorry, kick drum, where is gone? Here. That's not bad. Okay, let's get some snare going on. It sounds like a guy sneezing. Let's try the other one. Not bad. And let's give it some steady pace with the hi-hat. They're the two cymbals, one on top of the other. Not bad, not bad. So let's say that I like this pattern, okay? So you see this one at the top. Let me zoom out for you again, guys. This up here in the top is called the timeline. So I can grab it and clean it up. Because I was working on a C. You see down here where my mouse is, and I can hit add C, and this one shows up in my timeline. So if I press play up here, here's my C. There you go. And then it stops, right? Because there's nothing down here. Let's say that I want to loop it 3 times. 1, 2, and a 3. Let me go back to it, to the beginning. And I can also zoom in a bit to show you better. Okay, so these are my 4 bars. And a 2. And a 3. And a 4. 2, 3, 4, stop. Okay, now why did I make 3 repetitions and not 4? As you probably know, most of the music composition revolve around numbers like 4, 8, and multiples. There is specific genres that work with different rhythms. For example, I'm sure you've heard of the 12-bar blues. But in this case, I used the 3. Now, the 3 is not my final result. It's actually a 3 plus 1 that I want to do. And the reason why I left the last one empty is because in drumming, very often, the last bar is called differently. So whilst we called a groove or a pattern, bars 1, 2, and 3, the 4th one is called the fill. And it's where new instruments come in, new drum. So let's go and take a look. A quick zoom into our beloved drum machine down here. I'm going to click on D, it's just behind my temple, trust me. You see I've cleaned up all of the stuff. So I'm going to use the same kick drum. So you see it goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So I'm going to just keep that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So there is a little bit of continuity. So listen, this is C. Boom, 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 D. Same thing, yeah? But maybe I can move this to some different... Oh, maybe the cowbell, why not? Always more cowbell. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's horrible. Okay, that's quite cool. So turn on the first 2, yeah? But let me give you a little trick here. You see the kicking patterns here, they're going 3. So let's just do a little bit of maths. The one row of squares here is 16, right? For those of you studying music, you probably already know that 16 means semiquavers, so 16 semiquavers in one bar of 4/4. If you don't know what that means, don't worry. A normal, easy listening bar of music is split into 4 beats, and they are also split into 4, so 16 beats in total. I can split my music into 4, thus following these different colors. However, I could cheat and actually follow a structure of 3. What on earth am I talking about? So look, 1, 2, silent, that's 3. 1, 2, silent. 1, 2, silent. 1, 2, silence. So let's see what happens if I just listen to it like this. Not bad. So let's go back to C. 2, and a 2, and a 3, to the fill. Okay, that's not bad, but I don't know if you felt it. It kind of fell a little bit, and it's falling down because changing what we call the meter which means playing around with the rhythm, making it sound odd, only works when it sounds odd against something. So what am I missing? I'm using some tom-toms and effects. I'm using the kick. What is the main ingredient missing here? Well, it's the snare. So let me place it. Let me get rid of this. And now let's see how much more this works. You see, your ear latches on to that. Yeah, makes sense? So now I'm happy. I'm gonna add it in. Click on add. D happens up here. Do you see it on the region? I can turn on my loop, rewind, and let's listen to these 4 bars. And a 2, and a 3, and a 4. Perfect. Now there's a million ways you can go ahead and create your track. Obviously lots to do with structure, sounds, and so forth. But just for the sake of an example, I want to show you how easy it is to lay on top a bass instrument. So I'm just going to select bass on the bottom left of my screen, give it a shot with the mouse. Not my favorite. I can preview some of the other sounds. So pumped up bass, slap. I think retro will go for this track. So I'm going to select retro. And you see these letters at the bottom. Let me zoom in for you guys. It's ZXC, VBNM, and then the comma. Well, if you look at your computer keyboard, they are there waiting for you. I'm just playing on the computer keyboard. That's what I'm doing. Now, if I do a quick selection, okay, I was just playing around with a scale that will teach you, and it's called the minor pentatonic. So if I go ahead and record it, I will probably fail because the keyboard, the computer keyboard, is not as fast as a real instrument responding. So 2 pieces of advice here. If you want to record, slow down the tempo, and then let's try and record it and see how it comes through. I'm just going to hit the metronome up here, you see it, and the record button. I'm going to record these 4 bars, and then we'll listen back to it, and we'll jump onto the video game. 3, 4. Okay, let's listen back to it. The bass is a little bit under, so I'm just gonna give it a little nudge in that direction, but also lower the drums a little bit. I'm just gonna put, let's play back. Let's hear it. Oh, sorry, wrong place. There you go. All right. It was not bad. However, there are some things to change. So what I did is I just double clicked on that main region, and now we can take a look at how our notes are shown on what we call the piano roll. So just one little thing, guys. Can you see these slightly brighter lines? These are where the rhythms are happening. So you see that my notes are not exactly there. So if I want what we call a perfect quantization, I can drag them and make them start right on top. Obviously, you don't want to do this for every single one of them, because then if it's too precise, it sounds too fake. However, I'm just going to do it for the first bar or so, and just going to play it back. But I hope you're enjoying this process. So let's listen back from the beginning. And this is the first bar with all the notes perfectly quantized. So if you look at this, the first bar is perfectly quantized, second bar is a bit wobbly. So try to focus on the bass and let's see if you can tell us tell the difference between the quantized and the non-quantized one. Here you go. Once more, I'm gonna shout out machine and human. So let's hear the difference. Yeah, ready? First bar is machine, human. And it's quite obvious that it wobbles when you're not quantizing it properly. If I go and bring it up to the original speed, which was 120 BPMs or beats per second, here is the final result. Not bad, but it requires some work. That's pretty cool, I think. I think it's not bad, it's working. So, guys, here we go. This was a little taster on Bangla. I hope you enjoyed it. And once again, if you want to have more lessons on this, at 4 o'clock on Mondays and Wednesdays, Mr. Singh or Chani, our in-house producer, is running sessions on Zoom, which are completely free, so you can sign up through Eventbrite. Just look for Conducting Music or check description below this video and the tickets will be there. Now, I'm keeping an eye on the clock and I only have a few minutes left, so I'm going to speed through one of the examples on our code. The code that we use is called Microsoft Arcade. It's based on the browser. It's block-based, so it's kind of an advanced version of Scratch through which you can make your video games. What is unique about our courses is that they are musical videos. So every time you are creating stuff, while they're not just appearing, arcading, but they're making sound. So let's take a look at how this works. Well, first of all, it's just a website, so it's arcade.makecode.com, and this is what you're presented with. This, obviously, I'm sure you know of Minecraft. You might have heard of the microbit. We've got courses for all of these, by the way. And you can hit the arcade to load your game. However, if you're stuck with this, as I have been for the last few seconds, don't wait, it's never gonna work. The reason being is that online software are updated very, very often. So not always everything gets updated at the same time. And there might be some mistakes. So if this happens to you, do not despair, just use a different browser. So let me show you how easy it is if I just jump to Firefox. So same thing, click on arcade, 3 seconds, it's ready. You see, sometimes Firefox will give you problems, so jump onto the other session. It's fine, it's free, it's not a problem, enjoy. So let me show you how to make a quick game where you can shoot down stuff and make some notes. So just call it just shoot down stuff. Okay. We had a very, very intense day today, so please allow me a little bit of a silly type. So first things first, by the way guys, when we teach you the sessions, we're not going to go this fast, yeah? I'm just going to speed through because I've got 3 minutes left and I'm going to make a game. Normally, we teach you a game over 2 hours. Now I'm going to do it in 3 minutes. It's kind of a challenge. Let's see if it works. So first things first, we want to create a tile map. So let me just create one for you. Let's make a crown of flowers. And actually, I need to synchronize the size of this to the size of my screen. So 10 by 8. Alright, let me clear up this. And okay, so we got it out there. Let's put some different flowers around. And doesn't look too good. Yeah, there we go. Take a look at the screen. Tile map should appear in a matter of seconds. Fantastic. Now let's say that I want to place 3 sprites, 1, 2, 3, and 4 actually. So let's do it. I'm gonna go create a sprite, and I'm just gonna call them 1. I'm gonna grab an image, something at random. It's a tree trunk, and then I'm gonna place it somewhere. So I want to place it somewhere on the top right. So also in this one. Place my sprite. There we go. So this guy is called 1. Okay, column 2, row 2. Should be somewhere on the top left of my screen, somewhere around here. There we go. Let's see. Let's make a few copies of this and see if I can speed through the creative process. Just a right click and it makes a copy. We said 4 different ones, and 4 they will be, not to worry. And here we go. Right, you got it. And let's try. So this is going to be number 2, new variable number 2. Once again, obviously, once we're doing the lessons, we explain every single step. Here I just wanted to give you a little taster of what comes out. What I'm doing, by the way, I'm creating 4 different sprites that then we want to shoot down. That's why I'm choosing different images now, so you'll see them. This little guy here, and something else. Obviously, you can create your compositions, yeah? Now, I want to place these things, so row stays the same, column 4, 6, and 8. Why is that? Well then, because they are going to appear one after the other. Okay, so we've got it. It's done. Now, when I go and create an overlap, let's see. Oh, sorry, I forgot an important piece. You see that these guys are players? Actually, they should be enemies. Enemy. I'm gonna create my own character now, and because it's shooting up, I'm gonna choose one of the characters seen from the back. So let's say this lady here is from the back, and I can control her with a controller. So let me see. I will be able in a moment to go around. See that? Yoo-hoo! That's it. I can move around. Let's say that I want her to shoot some things. No problem. So on button A press, we create the projectile. Projectile is here from my sprite and needs to go vertically. So trust me on this one is 0 minus 100, but we'll talk in depth about coordinates when we have the time. How am I doing? 3 minutes in, not bad. Let me choose one of the projectiles, shooting this. I don't know what that is, but she's shooting it. And if I go back into the game, please come back and I can shoot it. Oh, it's massive. You see, I can shoot it and place it through. Okay, cool. So let's create a little interaction here. So what I want to say now with this block is when the projectile goes over one of my enemies, I want a note to be played. Okay, so I'm gonna go to music and I'm gonna go play tone. Also, I need to destroy that projectile to show that there has been a collision. So I'm gonna grab this, you see this thing here? I'm gonna drop it in. And I'm gonna give it a little effect. Yes, maybe I'll use fire and get rid of this thing. Let's take a look at the game now. So what I'm expecting is when that massive thing hits one of the... There we go. Can you hear it? That's not bad, it's not bad. There is a problem though, that it's always the same note. In that case, I can create a very quick list of notes for my game. So I'm gonna go to arrays and think of arrays as lists, like the grocery shopping list. In this case, I'm gonna make just 5 notes, 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And I'm gonna choose different names, so different notes. 1, 2, 4, and 5. If you study music, you probably have recognized that this is the major pentatonic scale. Now, when I go back here, I don't want to play middle C. I wanted to choose a random note from that list. So how do I do it? Well, I'm gonna go back to array and I'm gonna ask it to read it. And that array was called list. I actually want to give it a musical name, which is scale, right? I'm gonna match it to scale. You might have heard of C major, D minor, and all those things. Get value at. Now, this is an integer, right? So a single digit will always give me back the same number. But what I want to do is a random note. So here it comes. I'm going to get a random 0 to 4. And you might think, oh my goodness, but why 4? Well, there's 5 here. Well, that's because in computing, we start counting from 0. So 0 is an item. So if you go 0 to 4, you're actually playing 5 notes. So let me stop the music and give it a quick test. Let's see if it works. What we're expecting on this game is a different note almost all the time. Not bad, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this. Right, so to conclude our day together, I hope you had fun. And oh, sorry, let me just bring the link for you guys. So once again, our after-school clubs are completely free and available to you until the Easter holidays. At 4 o'clock, this is London time, for those of you who might not be in England. And Mondays and Wednesdays, we've got the music production school with Mr. Singh, Ochai. And on Tuesdays and Fridays, we've got Dr. White with the musical video games. We designed the course so that you can jump in pretty much at any time. Every Monday in particular, there is a new project coming through, so it should be fine. But also feel free to ask any questions at any time. There is no camera, no mics, only chat. So you can share the work with our tutors, you can ask questions and get feedback as much as you like. That's what we are here for, right? We're here to help you be creative. You'll also be able to save your work on your clouds, share it with your other teachers, with your friends, and make everybody jealous. In case you're looking for those tickets, they are on Eventbrite. And just look for Conducting Music, and we're there. They're also on the description below this video. If you're looking for something for the half term instead, we've got the fabulous project about Japanese spooky stories that bring together storytelling, music, and creative coding. And that is possibly my favorite. This is a brand new project. We're working really hard to make it unique. And I hope you'll be able to join us, guys, from the 15th to the 19th of February. You can choose the slots at 9 o'clock in the morning or 1:30 in the afternoon. It's 90-minute sessions once a day, and you have all the free software that you want to continue afterwards. We also bought a huge collection of free music that you can use for all of your projects. We'll give you access to that, and then you can work. You can pretty much do whatever you want with it. It's free, no problem at all. Right, guys, so thank you very much indeed. Once again, the Mamokuri tickets are available here. They're just a $5 because of the funding from Arts Council England, the Diva Foundation. Just a $5 for the entire week. Okay, it's the entire week. One more thing, if you guys are from Central Bedfordshire and or from Cheshire East, the Inspiring Music and the Love Music Trust have created, actually have subsidized the tickets, so they're free for you. Can you believe that? So once again, Cheshire East people and Central Bedfordshire people, don't forget to say a massive thank you to the Love Music Trust and Inspiring Music, because they have paid for your tickets. So ask them, they'll give you the voucher and you'll be able to access the entire course for free. So that was it from me, Enrico, or Dr. Bird, or Mr. E. I go by many names. And I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget, tomorrow we are back on this live streams episode, what is it gonna be? 14, I think, dedicated to Mamokuri. I will be live coding one of the games. Live coding. I hope you'll enjoy it. All the best, guys. Stay curious. This is Mr. E from Conducting Music. Checking out.